Have you ever found yourself captivated by the allure of diamonds? Perhaps you've wondered why these shimmering treasures are so elusive and how, against all odds, some individuals stumble upon them and seemingly transform into millionaires overnight. The truth, as it often is far less mystical than it appears. The path to discovering these natural wonders isn't reserved for the extraordinarily lucky or those with specialized expensive equipment. In fact, the methods used to unearth them often mirror those employed in the search for gold. Before I unveil these fascinating techniques, allow me a moment to pose a direct question. If I were to tell you precisely where to direct your search, would your curiosity be piqued enough to learn the intricate dance of finding a diamond? If your answer is a resounding yes, then I urge you to stay with me, because in this presentation, I'm about to pull back the curtain on a secret that precious few are privy to. Prepare yourself, because what I'm about to reveal might sound far-fetched, even a touch exaggerated. How the humble termite and industrious ant can become your unlikely guides to discovering significant gold and diamond deposits in the wild. I understand if a hint of skepticism flickers across your mind, but I assure you, once you absorb the full scope of this revelation, your perception of these common insects will be irrevocably altered. And for those of you who have never entertained the notion of a personal quest for gold or diamonds, this insight might just pivot the trajectory of your life forever. To put the potential into tangible perspective, consider the diamond currently gracing your screen. This magnificent stone wasn't found in some remote, inaccessible mine, but almost by sheer accident in the unassuming backyard of a residential home. Yet in its raw, unpolished state, it commanded a staggering price exceeding $10 million. Yes, you heard that figure correctly. $10 million for a mere stone that someone simply possessed the discerning eye to locate in the right spot. Now, honestly, doesn't the prospect of being the next individual to make such a profound discovery stir something within you? The reality is, unearthing a diamond in its natural habitat is statistically far more probable than hitting the lottery jackpot. In a twist of irony, you could be literally treading upon a fortune right now, utterly oblivious to its presence. And here lies the most paradoxical yet crucial piece of this puzzle. The most effective way to locate diamonds in nature is precisely not to actively search for them. This seemingly contradictory advice holds the key that eludes the majority. The environment itself is replete with subtle indicators that pinpoint the exact locations of valuable minerals. However, most people inadvertently overlook these crucial clues because they lack the specific knowledge of what they're truly observing. And this is precisely where nature's miniature engineers, the ubiquitous termites and ants, make their dramatic entrance. Perhaps you've encountered a towering termite mound, an imposing earthen structure, sculpted with remarkable precision, often capped with a sharp reddish apex. Or perhaps you've observed the intricate architecture of a colossal anthill. What you might not have realized, however, is that these seemingly innocuous mounds of earth can harbor faint yet discernible traces of gold and diamonds. While it undeniably stretches the bounds of conventional belief, recent rigorous scientific studies have unequivocally demonstrated that these often overlooked insects possess an astonishing capacity to act as crucial markers for discovering underground deposits of gold, diamonds, and other precious minerals. How, you might ask, is such a feat even remotely possible? The answer lies in their fundamental biological imperative: digging. Termites and ants are incessant excavators burrowing deep into the Earth's strata. As they tirelessly construct their subterranean networks, they inadvertently bring to the surface minute mineral particles that lay hidden in these deeper, often inaccessible underground layers. This means that instead of expending colossal sums on heavy machinery and embarking on speculative random drilling operations, you could potentially achieve the same or even superior results by simply analyzing the soil composition of these insect mounds. The presence of gold or diamonds could literally be revealed right beneath your very feet. This isn't merely a speculative theory or an eccentric notion. It's a scientifically validated phenomenon. Geologists in the resource-rich landscapes of Australia have meticulously tested and confirmed this innovative technique. Their findings were remarkable. Anomalous concentrations of gold were consistently identified within termite mounds, serving as unmistakable indicators of vast, previously undiscovered underground deposits. So after absorbing this eye-opening information, do you still cling to the belief that finding diamonds is an impossible quest? The undeniable truth is that, armed with the correct information and the appropriate tools, a life-altering discovery could be far closer to your grasp than you ever dared to imagine. And throughout this video, I will systematically unveil the precise mechanics of this process, how to meticulously identify the precise natural indicators, and the practical steps you should undertake to fully leverage this truly incredible natural phenomenon. For millions of years, termites and ants have engaged in their ceaseless subterranean endeavors, meticulously constructing labyrinthine tunnels and impressive mounds with an almost unimaginable precision. What they in their instinct-driven existence are oblivious to is that their unwitting labors have also been revealing the Earth's most profound and deeply held secrets. What to the untrained eye appears as nothing more than a simple pile of dirt, to an astute and experienced geologist, transforms into an invaluable repository of information, a veritable treasure trove, hinting at the riches concealed beneath our feet. When a termite meticulously constructs its mound, it doesn't haphazardly gather just any material from its immediate surroundings. These creatures are driven by an innate instinct to burrow deep actively, seeking out and collecting mineral-rich soil particles. These meticulously chosen particles are then meticulously employed as the foundational building blocks for their intricate structures. Consequently, if gold, diamonds, or other precious metals reside beneath the surface, it is overwhelmingly probable that microscopic traces of these valuable elements will ultimately find their way to the very summit of the termite mound. In essence, without the need for prohibitively expensive drilling equipment or laborious manual excavation, these diligent insects have already performed the arduous preliminary work for us, diligently bringing minute yet indicative samples of what lies hidden in the Earth's depths to a readily accessible location. But here arises the pivotal question, the crux of this entire endeavor. How precisely can you ascertain whether a specific termite mound or an anthill harbors the sought-after presence of gold or diamonds? It's crucial to understand that not every single mound will contain valuable metals. Therefore, it becomes paramount to cultivate the ability to recognize the precise and correct signs before you commit your precious time and valuable effort into the rigorous search. The very first principle to grasp is that diamonds are not found indiscriminately in just any type of soil or geological setting. Their formation is a highly specific process occurring exclusively in particular regions at colossal depths far beneath the Earth's surface. It is within these extreme subterranean environments that the requisite conditions of immense temperature and staggering pressure converge, enabling the miraculous crystallization of carbon into the brilliant gemstone we know as diamond. However, these precious diamonds are not destined to remain perpetually entombed. When a powerful volcanic eruption dramatically occurs, the molten rock, famously known as kimberlite, acts as a natural elevator, ferrying these nascent crystals from the planet's infernal depths to its surface. Over extended geological timescales, this kimberlite rock gradually undergoes decomposition, and as it weathers, the diamonds it once held can become entrapped within the surrounding soil sediments. It is precisely at this juncture that the industrious ants and termites, as they tirelessly construct their intricate tunnel networks, inadvertently bring minuscule particles of this telltale volcanic rock to the surface. And this, my friends, is where the absolute key to identifying a potential diamond deposit lies: the meticulous analysis of the specific minerals present within the soil of termite mounds. If upon careful examination you discover discernible traces of kimberlite within a termite mound, the probability of finding diamonds in that immediate area escalates dramatically. A strikingly similar principle applies to the elusive search for gold. Gold does not simply materialize anywhere. Rather, it is typically found in areas where geological erosion has liberated minute particles of the precious metal from its original parent rock. Quite often, these valuable deposits lie buried beneath layers of sediment, frustratingly out of sight and reach of direct human observation. However, for the perpetually burrowing termites and ants, these precious minerals seamlessly become an integral component of the very building materials they employ for their intricate nests. A groundbreaking Australian study conclusively showed that termite mounds in specific regions consistently contain unusual gold concentrations. This shifts prospecting. Instead of costly random drilling, researchers can efficiently sample termite mounds. And analyzing these samples quickly and accurately reveals if significant gold deposits exist nearby. Positive results then lead to targeted excavation, saving immense time and money in the search for minerals. If a particular termite mound exhibited distinct colors or unique textures in its soil, it was immediately recognized as an unequivocal sign that something profoundly valuable might be concealed directly beneath it. So the pressing question you now need to earnestly ask yourself is, how can you strategically apply this invaluable knowledge in our contemporary world? Your inaugural step should be to meticulously identify geographical areas that exhibit a high probability of harboring either gold or diamonds. As a general guideline, diamonds are predominantly discovered in regions characterized by kimberlite formations. Conversely, gold is frequently present in areas associated with ancient riverbeds and terrains that have undergone significant erosion over geological timeframes. If you find yourself in a location with a documented history of mining activity or previous mineral discoveries, this serves as an excellent and highly promising starting point for your exploration. Next, diligently search for prominent termite mounds or anthills in your chosen area. The largest, most well-defined mounds are ideal as they indicate deeper insect burrowing and more material brought to the surface material, potentially holding vital clues. Once identified, collect soil samples from these mounds for mineral analysis. Modern portable tools like those using X-ray fluorescence, XRF, can detect specific metals in minutes, eliminating the need for lengthy lab tests. If your analysis is positive for valuable minerals, it's time to consider more serious targeted excavation. This innovative methodology represents not only an extraordinarily efficient approach to discovering mineral deposits, but also an unequivocally environmentally friendly alternative to the often destructive practices of traditional mining. Instead of indiscriminately scarring vast tracts of land with colossal and cumbersome heavy machinery, you can intelligently leverage the meticulous work that termites and ants have already accomplished naturally. This allows you to pinpoint and discover mineral deposits with minimal ecological disruption, preserving the delicate balance of the ecosystem. What's truly fascinating is that this method isn't just for gold and diamonds. Recent research shows termite mounds can also reveal copper, nickel, and platinum. This has huge implications, suggesting this ingenious technique could revolutionize global mineral exploration and extraction. So now that you know this secret, what will you do with it? Most people still think finding gold and diamonds is just luck, but you understand it's about observing the right signs and applying the right knowledge. Best of all, anyone can use this effective method. You don't need massive investments or high-tech gear. Now that you are keenly aware of the astonishing and transformative role that termites and ants play in the ongoing search for gold and diamonds, it is quite frankly impossible to view these tiny ubiquitous insects in the same mundane light ever again. For countless millennia, they have toiled tirelessly beneath our feet, diligently excavating and constructing, all the while utterly unaware that their ceaseless efforts were in fact revealing invaluable clues about the magnificent riches lurking deep within the Earth's mysterious embrace. What seems like a simple dirt mound to most becomes a key to hidden fortune for those who understand nature's signs. This profound knowledge redefines mineral exploration. Instead of costly destructive methods, we can now leverage nature's efficiency. Termites and ants have diligently brought mineral particles to the surface for centuries, all without harming the environment. Mastering this knowledge could dramatically cut mining costs and environmental damage. This revolutionary discovery extends beyond just gold and diamonds, opening a new era in mineral exploration. If these tiny insects can reliably pinpoint precious metals, imagine what other hidden riches they might reveal. Science is just beginning to explore this method's vast potential, and it's highly likely to become a standard tool in global mining soon. What's truly remarkable is that this groundbreaking information isn't just for huge corporations or geology experts. Anyone willing to learn and observe the right environmental details can apply this invaluable knowledge. You won't need expensive machinery or advanced degrees. Just understand how these tiny excavators work and develop a keen eye for the subtle but powerful clues they leave behind. So the next time you find yourself traversing an area where the telltale presence of termite mounds or anthills is evident, make a conscious effort to pause for a moment. Instead of simply dismissing them, truly gaze upon them with a dramatically different, more informed perspective. What for the vast majority of people is nothing more than a bustling congregation of insects tirelessly at work for you, represents an undeniable potent sign that something profoundly valuable is lying hidden beneath the very surface you stand upon. And who can truly say, perhaps with the precise information you now possess, in a dash of your own cultivated curiosity, you could very well be the next individual to make an absolutely incredible discovery in a world where pure luck often appears to wield such an overwhelming influence in the relentless pursuit of riches. The profound knowledge that a natural, logical, and surprisingly accessible method exists for uncovering valuable minerals is quite simply an advantage that cannot under any circumstances be ignored. Now that this invaluable knowledge has been imparted to you, there remains but one compelling question. What precisely will you choose to do with it?